This project is the combined effort of 9 Ball State honor students who set out to increase access to STEAM subjects at Northside Middle School in Muncie, Indiana. The teachers from Northside were very supportive of our project. We gave a presentation at a professional development meeting sharing the 7 classroom norms from Joe Bowler's Mathematical Mindsets book to introduce the teachers to this concept of growth mindset. At a following meeting, a mathematics professor presented a growth mindset activity to the teachers, which we also attended as a class. All the support from Northside teachers and staff was greatly appreciated as we observed classrooms to determine how we could support teachers and students. We developed a survey for teachers and another for students. These surveys would help us to assess teacher and student mindset toward learning.
From observation and survey results, we decided students should complete a Stanford online course that combats myths about learning and provides strategies for success. We wanted to complete the course in combination with the students working in groups on engaging, open-ended math problems. Due to technology issues, the students were not able to continue with the course, and we decided to focus on the math activities instead. It became apparent very quickly that the students did not enjoy working in groups, so in preparation for our math activities, we wanted them thinking about ways they could make group work better for themselves and their group partners. We discussed what good group work would look like in the hopes that they would put these actions into practice and make an effort to avoid practices they did not like from members of their group.
Things for each that you like it for group members to do, and 3 things that you don't really like when your group members do.
Because we are going to be doing a lot of group work in these next coming weeks. So we have quite a few things that we don't like with group work, and not as many things as we like. So how can we take those negatives and turn them into positives?
Together and contribute your own ideas and test and see, like, ask the teacher if it will work or not, whether it's going towards what we're supposed to be doing, and also each and every one of you guys pitch and get in to do it.
One of the biggest obstacles to learning is a fear of failure and the frustration that comes from a mistake. We wanted students to understand that mistakes are inevitable and should not be feared, but rather embraced as a new opportunity to learn.
Mistakes up, put them away, and then what I want you guys to do with that right now is just take that frustration, just all those mistakes, and just throw that ball as hard as you can right at your feet. Just throw it on the ground. Awesome. Alright. So you just threw your mistakes down, you just got rid of them. But remember, we have to learn, we have to grow from those mistakes. So pick your piece of paper up. I want you to open the paper up. And you should each, if you guys each have a pencil or a pen or something, open that paper up. And you can trace the lines that are on the paper now. And see how many lines have been created on your paper. Trace like the creases and the folds. And those are all, that's like your brain. Those are all the new brain connections that have been made because of the mistakes that you made. That's how much your brain grows just from mistakes.
This activity, titled The 4 Fours, encouraged students to explore operations and the relationships between numbers. The activity fosters students' discussion and sharing in a way that is not intimidating.
Does that make sense? So now we have 7, and we use 4 fours.
How it works is I've got 20 numbers here on the board, and these are the solutions to all the problems. And you have to come up with a problem that will give you these solutions for all the numbers using 4 numbers, and they can only be 4s. So you have to use a 4 times every time to get each number, okay? So I'm going to do a quick example for you.
You want to draw 1 through 20, and then just kind of work in your groups, and we're going to try to get these solutions or these expressions, okay?
And as soon as you get an answer, go ahead and put it up on the board. Actually, there might be different ways to find some of the answers. So if someone puts an equation up there and you found a different way to get 13 or 9 or whatever, put them both up. We want to see.
We could do, okay, I have an idea. We could do 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, minus 4, plus, or minus the square root of 4, right? Would that work? Minus 4, oh wait, yeah, plus the square root. 8 square root.
My question is,
That works for 17 though, right?
We'll put up the one for 11. Just wondering.
Parentheses, it doesn't equal 2 because 4 times 4 equals 68 minus 4 equals 12. But since this has to be done first, it does 1. It becomes 1. So 12 minus 1 equals 11.
Okay, so that would work for the 11 spot.
It would.
Keep that in mind.
So can you just put,
So where
instead
would
of
your
your parentheses,
parentheses
11, so remember that?
So the parentheses go, well, here. So that way it shows that you do 4 squared first, which makes it 16, minus 4 makes it 12, minus 4 makes it 8, and then you can divide by 4.
Okay.
Well, then parentheses will go first then.
For one group who showed greater difficulty with mathematical concepts, we prefaced the 4-4s activity with one that got them thinking about relationships between numbers and how they could be represented.
Have different numbers on them or different representatives of numbers. So it might say like 3 times 3, which means 9, right? Or it might say 9, or it might have 9 dots on them. We want you to work together to sort them out and find all the different cards that mean the same thing. So there might be 4 to 6 cards in each different group. 7 times 7, what would that be? 49, so it's close, right? What about 4 times 9?
5, so you have 5, right? There's 5 here.
This number visualization activity, which is the second lesson from ucube.org's Week in iMath, focuses on patterns in numbers and the shapes used to represent them. The students were given a page of numbers represented by shapes and challenged to find any patterns among them. This open-ended task gave room for a wide range of knowledge and ability among the students and also promoted active group work.
Numbers are one-layer circles, and all the multiples of 4 are 2 by 2 squares.
This activity provides 4 different challenges that students can explore using the hundreds chart. These problems focus on the relationships between consecutive or adjacent numbers in the chart. It was really cool to see the students engage in conversation and discover many different patterns for themselves.
Say that again.
Every number horizontally consecutive, so let's say 35 and 36 is going to add up to an odd number, in this case 71. But every number vertically consecutive, like 21 and 31, is going to add up to an even.
So we found out that if you add 3 consecutive numbers, for the first 3 you get 6, for the second 3 you get 9, for the third 3 you get 12, and it continues in a pattern in intervals.
One of the groups we worked with took a longer period of time to complete the number visualization activity and was just beginning to pick up on the mathematical relationships between the numbers and the patterns they had identified in the shapes at the very end of the class period. Feeling that they needed more time engaging in this activity to fully understand it, instead of moving on to the hundreds chart activity, we extended this activity for another day, making it more student-directed. Their success class teachers created a worksheet where students would choose a number tile and create a larger number using equal groupings of this smaller number. Looking back, we felt this activity might have been better placed before the number visualization activity for students in need of extra support. However, it still helped students to continue making connections from the previous day's lesson.
While working with these students of diverse educational backgrounds, we observed all students having increased engagement and desire to explore the problems. For some students, we saw less engagement, though according to their teachers, more engagement than is typical. This may be largely due to their prior experiences with school or with mathematics. Our activities with them in such a short span of time were not able to overcome their prior experiences. Overall, we felt that the introductory videos to the U-Cubed activities we presented were helpful in promoting growth mindsets in the students. Though not all students claimed to have enjoyed the activities, many gave positive feedback. As a class, we very much enjoyed spending our mornings in the Northside Middle School Success classrooms and working with the wonderful teachers and students.